Hutchings and Derek Redmond with me now this season here on Eurosport, where our athletic season on the channel gets underway. It really does promise to be a very, very special season indeed, with a lot of big challenges for the British athletes.
It doesn't bother me. If the new guys were running really fast, it would bother me. But the new guys aren't running that fast. If you look at guys like Bernard Williams and Sean Crawford and these guys, I mean, they're running times that I ran when I was 21. So I'm not really impressed by what they're running. When those guys really learn how to run the 100 and they can run 9.8 and 9.9 real low, then, well, maybe I look to see what my next career is. But in the meantime, I still think that if I'm ready, maybe one or two people on the planet that can really give me a good challenge. The other guys have not learned how to run the event yet.
There's one man, Athens Bolden, who will trouble the British athletes that run later on this summer in the Commonwealth Games. Competes for Trinidad and Tobago, of course, and we have two of the top Britons in this one. Derek, I'm sure you're very excited about Jason Gardner, the European indoor champion over 60 metres, who starts in lane 1, and Dwayne Chambers in this one in lane 8, up against Bolden and Maurice Greene, of course.
That's right. Well, the British guys will be looking for good performances because they've got the Commonwealth Trials next week, but also it would be nice for them to strike a win against the likes of Athens Bolden and even Maurice Greene at this time of the season, even though they don't compete in a major championship this year, because the Americans don't have a major championship apart from the World Cup at the end of the season.
It could hardly be a busier season for the Britons. We had a quick look at Jason Gardner just then in lane 1. 26 years old now, Jason. Happily is back with his coach, Dave Leith. John Drummond was in lane 2 there. 33 years old now, Drummond. In lane 3, Sean Crawford should be wearing 20. There's Maurice Greene, of course, who goes in lane 4. Set the world record here of 9.79 in this very stadium 3 years ago, 1999. Very special year for him. Of course, undisputed world number 1 now at 100 metres, Maurice Greene. But this, his first serious race of the season. He had to pull out of the Doha Grand Prix meeting 3 weeks ago, just over 3 weeks ago, with a slight calf pull during warm-up in that meeting. It's taken him a while to get it right again, but he's out here tonight. And sadly for him and the rest of the athletes here this evening, it's quite a cool evening in Athens. There's a strong breeze blowing across the top of the stadium. Greene, though, I think looking for something special here, don't you? His coach John Smith was talking to us this morning and saying he really wants to start this season with a bang.
Well, I think he does, yeah. The fact that he had to pull out a couple of weeks ago with a calf injury, he's had to go back into training. He's now come out. He says, John Smith says that he's in form. So I think John and obviously Maurice is looking for a fast time. But like you say, the wind here isn't going to help, and I don't think we're going to see a world record for the men's 100 here tonight.
Bernard Williams there. A little bit of posturing alongside Maurice Greene. He is part of the new brigade that Athens Bolden was referring to in that interview. Bolden himself, 28 years old, won the world title here in 1997 over 200 metres, so he too has fond memories of this stadium. Kobe Miller goes in lane 7. 25-year-old American was second in Turin on Friday in 10.29, just lost to Bernie Williams' 10.27. And then Dwayne Chambers goes in lane 8. Of course, the man who took the bronze medal in the 1999 World Championships. A very disappointed 5th last year in Edmonton, but has started the season well. Has already run 10.08 this year and had a great double 48 hours ago in Bydgoszcz in Poland, where he ran 10.18 and 20.55 for 100 and 200 respectively. So Dwayne Chambers won't be particularly happy here, I'm sure, with his lane draw in lane 8. I'm sure he would prefer to be in there mixing it with the Americans. There's, let me see, Drummond in 2, Crawford in 3, Greene in 4, Williams in 5. They'll be battling alongside each other. But psychologically, it does make a difference, and I'm sure Chambers would prefer one of those central lanes. Jason Gardner, well, Jason's a very, very easy going, at least on the outside, man from Bath, the Bath Bullet. We know he's wintered well, got rid of the problems which dogged him through the year 2000 and 2001. And now we hope back to his best. Into their blocks then. Gardner is in lane 1 for Great Britain. This is his very first race of the outdoor season. John Drummond is in lane 2. Sean Crawford in 3. Maurice Greene in 4, his first race of the season. Williams in 5. Bolden in 6. Miller in 7. Dwayne Chambers on the near side in lane 8. Away they go. And Greene looking very strong indeed in lane 4. Greene coming through already at halfway. Some work to do for Dwayne Chambers on the near side, who's also running well. Greene coming through, and Greene takes it very comfortably indeed, extending that lead towards the line. In second there, I think, Bernard Williams, and maybe Dwayne Chambers taking third place. The time, 10:06. Unfortunately, in the stadium tonight, there is not a wind gauge halfway down the home straight, or at least not a visible wind gauge for us. The wind readings are taking some time to come through. Maurice Greene there, winning very comfortably indeed, Derek. I'm surprised at the size of that winning margin.
Yeah, me too. I should think Maurice would be very pleased with that size. It was a pretty big margin to win by. Dwayne didn't get a fantastic start, pulled it back, as we say, for third place. Second place, Bernard Williams. But I think Maurice and coach John Smith will be pretty happy with that performance. It's not the warmest night. There is a bit of a breeze blowing around, and 10:06, I think, is a reasonable time for your first serious race of the season.
Well, here it is again. Greene very, very strong through halfway. And actually at this stage, Bernard Williams almost in touch with him, but Greene, if anything, extends it over the last 20 metres. Very good finishing from Dwayne on the near side. Beats Kobe Miller quite comfortably in fourth place. But I think Dwayne, being the most ambitious of young sprinters, will be a little bit disappointed with that one.
Yeah, well, they're up against the big boys now, aren't they?
The rest of them must be wondering just what they have to do to beat this man. Train harder. Well, I'm sure most of them think they're training as hard as they possibly can. Try harder, get psychological advice. This man is just about as unbeatable can be. Remember, he won the World Championships last year at a limp over the last 20 metres and still ran very, very quickly indeed. And he looks smooth there, doesn't he?
He certainly does. I think, as you say, he has this aura about him. When he comes out on the track, all the athletes, even if they don't want to, they tend to be looking at what he's doing, and he knows he's in control. He knows he's the fastest man in the field, and at the end of the day, he's saying, if you guys want to beat me, you come and catch me. And as we saw tonight, nobody can catch him.
Well, we can promise you a very, very strong evening's athletics here on Eurosport from this Cicliteria 2002 meeting. It's a Grand Prix 1 athletics meeting. And after Maurice Greene, we'll get a chance to see, hopefully, Dmitry Markov in the pole vault, the world champion, Szymon Zielkowski of Poland in the hammer throw, Christian Olsen in the triple jump, the new young man from Sweden who looks to be taking over the mantle from Jonathan Edwards when he decides to hand it over. The budget for this meeting, around $1.5 million, and has tempted many, many of the big names out in the early season. Quite a few Americans, too, who have to go back for their trials just in a couple of weeks' time. A lot of them tempted over here to Europe.
With the crowd enjoy having